Thank you very much, sir, for your time. So what we know at this point is that the Nkwanta Senior High School should be open by the 10th of this month, which is next week. We'll be monitoring and we'll bring you the update as and when we have it. Now, as we inch closer to Christmas each day, Ghana's roads are once again proving to be unsafe for users. A number of accidents have been recorded on our roads lately, claiming innocent, precious lives. Whilst human error has been blamed for this growing bloodshed on our roads, some have also been blamed on defect or incomplete construction. Today, we have experts to help us identify these danger signs. But first, let's take you to the Adenta-Madina road, where pedestrian knockdowns have been rampant in recent weeks. Kamla Adum looks at the difficulty for school children crossing that dangerous road.
This is one of the most dangerous journeys you'd have to undertake if you want to cross over from one side of the road to the other. And for many of the people who are unlucky, they lose their lives in the process. We are told that at least 180 people have so far lost their lives through knockdowns on this stretch. I've been standing here for over 10 minutes and I have observed the struggles these individuals would have to go through just to move from one side of the road to the other because of this footbridge, which has been stalled for almost 6 years. I've been speaking to some heads of schools that are dotted along this stretch. Headmaster of Chotutin Basic School, Emmanuel Achin Kwesi Kwansa, says the school has had to dig deep into its coffers to pay traffic wardens to help their children cross over from one side of the other to the road to go to school. He also says that for many of the parents, it is a case of withdrawing their children from the school just to keep them safe rather than allowing them come to school and lose their lives once they leave home for school.
The rate at which cars knock people here is alarming. So we took it upon ourselves to visit the contractors. What they told us was they were not paid. So we had to pack from Ghana. Later, we went to the police station. That is the police responsible for the roads, to get the statistics of those who are being knocked down on this highway. And the statistics was alarming. We followed to the Ghana Roads and Hardway. We wrote a letter there and said, now we come to school every day and we are the comfort of the Almighty God. Because the way the cars speed, anytime you are knocked down, you will die. And for that matter, we solicited some wardens, 3 of them, who come every day for us to give them allowance at the end of every month. So that's what is sustaining us. The traffic light too is not working. It's not working, so it's not helping our situation at all. Apart from that, the school has lost some of their children because the parents are afraid. They come to school only to be told that they are knocked down by a car, which is worrying. That has been the situation for years now.
Are learning from school authorities that they are going to be able to fix it only in 2019.
It is long overdue. We are talking about lives, and everybody has one life. Once you lose it forever. So they must give this footbridge a priority. So long as the children are going to school every day, we are at risk. Parents are at risk. Everybody is at risk. 2019, I don't think it will help us. They should speed up so that the Ghanaian children who school here and other people who use the road will be safe. 2019 is too far.
Now going forward, from now till when they will fix the bridge in 2019, what stopgap measure do you have beyond the payment of the wardens to allow your children be able to cross, go forth, and what can you put in place as school authorities to prevent people from dying?
We have educated our children. Anytime they come to school, they should go near where the traffic wardens are, and they will direct them to school and after school. That's what we have told the children, and also educated the parents at our PTA meetings that they should also talk to their children. That's what we have done.
The situation, I have to say, has been compounded by the malfunctioning traffic lights on this stretch. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 traffic lights just from where I stand are all not functioning, and this is what is causing apprehension among many pedestrians and commuters along this stretch.
Look, ever since this road was constructed, every single day, trust me, an accident do happen on this road. And I attribute some of these accidents to lack of zebra crossing. Look, this road, there's not even a single zebra crossing on this road. There is no any way you'll be able to cross this road. Look at the footbridge. We don't have any access to the footbridge. The traffic lights are not working, and the cars keep on flowing. So it gets to a time, pedestrians become what? They feel like, look, let me just cross. And the slightest mistake you do, you're dead. At least if the traffic lights are working, there'll be a point in time where the cars will stop, then people can cross. This very spot that we are standing, look, there's been an accident over here, not once, not more than twice, many times, unrecorded ones. Human body parts need to be picked from where we stand here and taken to the morgue later on. Kids, kindergarten kids are crossing this road, this very spot. You can imagine, we adults, we make a lot of mistakes. What about these kids? I don't think this accident that is happening is any more accident. This is happening every day. Something needs to be done about it now. If you can't even do the bridge, look, personally, I'm asking you to do the traffic lights. If there's no money to do the traffic light, please, assemblymen, come around the houses. I'm sure the people of this community would contribute to fix the traffic lights, honestly.
In fact, it's very, very bad, okay? Why is it bad? Because this is a high road, okay? Cars have been passing here every day. And sometimes you see, sometimes ladies, pregnant women, children after school, they are crossing the road and these cars are speeding. I think we want the government to step in right there and please build our footbridge for us because people are dying. It's very, very terrible. But we as citizens, what we are saying is that people are dying. Should we all die, or should our children die? Should our women die? Should our pregnant women die? Our mothers die before they come and feed this footbridge for us? We are begging them, please come and fix it for us before situation get out of hands.
Kamla Adum with that report from the Madina Adenta Road. Well, just yesterday, there was a pedestrian knockdown. Daniel Dazi was there just 2.5 hours after that incident.
Nearly 200 people have died trying to cross the Madina Adenta highway. The last 2 pedestrians who were knocked down on this stretch of road were knocked down some 2 hours, 35 minutes ago. Here, one of the junctions is available for pedestrians to use. This is one of 6 footbridges which could significantly reduce this number by providing an alternative way for residents of the area to cross the streets safely away from the speeding traffic below. But as you can see, these bridges are far from complete. Residents say they've had enough. Here's Assembly Member for West Adenta, Rashid Osebonsu.
I'll be honest with you, it's terrible. We are afraid, we are scared. Why? You just want to use this road to have access to somebody and you are shivering. Why? Because the cars are moving too fast, there are no traffic lights, there are no road markings, and even at night, there are no street lights, you understand? So the rate at which people get hit on this road, it scares everybody. Now our major challenge now is that even when you are hit, and you don't die, other cars will make sure you are kind of stepped upon or smashed. So just as I've been saying, it is about time government come to our aid. The traffic light, the street light, the road markings, something critically has to be done. Because now people at a point in time would have problem engaging in economic activities. Because let's assume you have a shop and you want to sell and your shop is at the other side. You'll be scared to go. And it will also affect you, your livelihood. So the whole of the community is scared. We, the youth in particular, are worried because we've lost more of our members. I don't know if you are aware, just about an hour and a half ago, a kid coming from this school, Totutin, was knocked down.
The Director of Bridges at the Ministry for Roads and Highways told us on the Super Morning Show on Joy FM this morning that these 6 footbridges will be completed by end 2019.
We are using the fastest route possible in the procurement process. So we are going for the sole sourcing method. And this would have to go to the PPA for approval, and that is not in our control. We expect that by the end of this month, all that would be behind us, and we'll have a contractor to move to site. We expect all the 6 bridges to be completed by end of next year. But at various stages of this period, we would have some completed. So we are not going to wait till the end of next year to have all 6. Within 6 months, we could have the first one, but we expect that by the end of the year, we should have all 6 bridges.
Residents like Michael Ni Amate are incensed. Michael has lost 3 of his close friends because of the absence of these bridges.
Should we keep on dying till 2019? That's what I want to know. Should we keep on dying? Just a few minutes ago, a child is being hit right here. Yesterday, Joy FM was at Bingo to interview just yesterday, as you can see. And even a day before, the Friday, the assemblyman had an interview. Just that night was the night that we lost Atta. And just yesterday, Joy FM was at Bingo spot to interview us at Adenta. And then just this afternoon, we could hear. Just look at this. Just look at, whilst this thing is supposed to be constructed for them to cross over. Just look. Because we wake up every morning to hear death, death. I wish one day we could wake up in the morning and hear that the road signs are being fixed, the traffic light is on, the road marks are in, the reflectors are working. But no, we only wake up to hear death, death, death.
I was knocked down here 2016. I went to see my boss over there and I was coming back. Light was not working over here. The traffic light was not working. So upon looking at the highway, what a car is coming, there was no car coming. And then I decided to cross the road. Just to finish the way, I didn't see anything. A car knocked me down. All that I could realize was that the next morning, I was at the hospital at Legon. Who took me there? I don't know. It was divine. A police officer got here and then sent me to hospital. This traffic light has been here since. It's not working. And you see, it's like nobody cares.
Daniel Daze, Joy News, Adenta.
Does anybody care the number of people we're losing on this road? Well, we'll be talking to some experts on this matter. But before that, Member of Parliament for the area, Boabing Asamoah, has been responding to calls from his constituents to fix the footbridges along the stretch, at least.
Well, look, in the last few days, we hear of 6 dead in Bunsu. We hear of 6 dead in Gumwa. We hear of a reckless truck almost killing the Deputy Minister of Communications and 3 others. And now we have the footbridge thing, and of course, there's some statistics wrapped up about deaths in the footbridge area. I'm not too sure about the statistics. It doesn't matter the numbers. What matters is that all over this country, on a daily basis, we are losing lives. It is the current government's duty to resolve whatever it has met. But it will do that in the context of the legacy issues. We came. There wasn't even a street light on that road. The first thing that confronted both of us, the Madina MP and I, was getting some street lights fixed. You then come up against contractual issues. You come up against design issues. You come up against procurement issues. That entire route is a subject of contractual issues. So it is not just about the footbridges. The footbridges have come up very strongly. And I think the ministry, having seen what has come up, have now realized how strong the sentiment on the ground is. So for me, it is good that there is sentiment on the ground. But when I'm restricting only to footbridges, well, we have issues with traffic lights. The loss of lives started with traffic lights far earlier at SDA Junction. At some point, we managed to get the lights fixed. As I speak, they are not working. So it's not just about footbridges. There are complex issues on that road. Very complex issues of takeover my understanding, over the past 2 years that I've been following the process, my understanding is that government hasn't even taken over the road. My understanding is that there were vast arrears issues that had to be resolved for the contractor to finish. My understanding from the information I've gained from the various technical people is that even the main road hasn't been finished yet until the footbridges are finished, and then the main road will then be finalized. These are things that I've heard. In fact, at some point, I was even surprised that they brought lights onto the road just before the election, because I had been fighting for it, and my understanding was that until the road was complete, the lights would not be installed. But they were installed. As I speak, having installed them, our poor maintenance culture comes into being. They are not consistent. This is a country we must turn around.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying the minister is busy putting together a project to resolve all these issues, but he has to operate in a larger context.
Are you aware that the residents in your constituency?
Don't forget, we have two major projects going now. We have Sino Hydro, and we have, even in terms of the global view, there's a $500 million advance being negotiated to come in and plug this infrastructure gap. So there are issues, but that must be tackled globally. I have asked the minister to do his utmost to try and prioritize the key issues on this road, so that we don't solve one problem and then lead to another.
That's MP talk. It took you 2 years to get the traffic light. That's MP talk.
Yes, there are two issues. In fact, there are three issues. One is the traffic light, two is the footbridges, and three is the actual completion and handover. And I think the government ought not to be afraid of any such thing. The government will be invested with the necessary urgency and all that, even given the current situation, the deaths and all that. It's not something that's palatable to politicians.
It's not something palatable to the politician. Well, for the people who use the roads, they are dying. That is a member of parliament for Adenta. But Adenta is not the only place facing this problem. Well, you heard the accident in Kaswa. You've also heard from Gomwampota. 7 persons died. A 2-year-old boy is in critical condition after suffering multiple head injuries. Well, those may have happened days ago. But as we speak, police in the western region are dealing with a fatal accident at Abuaze on the Agunang-Kwanta Takrady Road. Natalia Kwanza is there for us. Let's get to her and find out what's happening. Ina, how did this happen? Do we know?
Okay, this happened around 12:40 p.m. today. This accident, just like you rightly said, at Abuaze on the Agunang-Kwanta Takrady Highway. It happened between a Kia with registration number AS6005. 09, which was loaded with firewood, and a tipper truck with registration number AX6053-18. It has been confirmed that the Kia driver died on the spot.
Wow. Do we know anything about the rest of the people involved in this accident?
The details are now sent. I am told by the was that he would give details as and when he are done with making sure that there is ease over there, because there is traffic at that particular spot for now.
Ina, thank you very much. But is this a road that usually records accidents, or is this a one-off thing?
It's just one of its kind.
Right. Natalia Kwanza there, reporting from the Western region. Ina, thank you very much. So we were just speaking about accidents, road accidents today, and it just so happened that this happened a few hours, just about 2 or 3 hours ago. I'll take a very quick break. When I return, I have persons in the experts in the studio, and we'll be talking about what should we do. Really, sometimes you run out of words, sometimes you run out of ideas, but people are dying. We'll be talking about it as Christmas approaches. What can you do in your own small way to save yourself from road accidents, and what should we demand from government and demand from authorities to do? Stay with me here on the show. I'll be right back.